Welcome to QZenith video tutorials. In this video, we're going to learn the basic Linux commands. And the commands that we are going to cover in this video are going to be very essential for everyday tasks. These commands work in the terminal and are generally available across various Linux distributions, such as the tree command, the pwd command, the ls command, the cd command, and the history command. So let us not delay to see how these commands are going to be helpful for you. So I have switched back to my Parrot operating system over here, and you can just click on the Parrot terminal, which is also known as the main terminal. I'm going to double click on it and then hold Control Shift and then plus to enlarge the font size. And now I'm going to use the tree command, tree, and then I'm going to do slash. Now the slash is what all directories and files are within this specific directory, the root directory. So if I'm going to hit enter, the tree command in Linux is handy utility that displays directory structures in a tree-like format, and it provides a visual representation of directories and files, which can be very useful for understanding and the organization of the file system. Now it shows a lot of information because we are actually looking at all of the files that is within this system. So when the scrolling gets completed, it shows you that total directories are 77,305 directories, and we have got a lot of files more than the directory. Now, if I scroll up a little bit, it shows you the hierarchy, the structure, the data. So it shows you in the tree structure. So the first line over here, it represents the root directory, and within the root directory, maybe there's another directory, and within another directory, we've got, let's say, this local directory. Within the local directory, there's nothing. Within the log directory, there's again run log type of symbolic link, and then within the log folder or directory, we've got the alternatives.log. Within the Apache, we've got something directory error opening that specific directory. So you can see a lot of information, right? Within a specific root directory, we have got a lot of system files, user files, whatever, you name it. Now in Parrot, the tree is inbuilt. You don't have to install it to use it, but there are many Linux distributions where you need to install these tree package to run this tree command. We have got another command known as pwd. This shows the present working directory. If I'm going to hit enter, it shows me that my full directory is the root directory. Within the root directory, we have got home directory. Within the home directory, we have got the solved by Dave's directory. That's the user's home directory. So if I'm going to do ls and then hit enter, now what does ls do? ls lists out files and directories within the current directory. And if I'm going to do ls space -l using the -l option, it shows you the same output but in different format. So that means it shows you in detailed listing. I did ls, it shows me desktop, downloads, the same files and directories. But the thing is that when I'm using this -l option, it shows me in detail the permissions of the files, the user, the owner, the group, and the size of the file, the date, and all those kind of stuff. Now you need to know that there's a difference between the desktop folder and this file1.txt file. So if you don't see the color combination or maybe different colors that represents files and folders or directories, how you can recognize is by looking at this D in front of the permission. If it's D, that means it's a directory. And then if it's a dash in front of the permissions, it means it's a file. Now, I would say I can use ls -a and then hit enter. Now ls space minus a, this actually includes the hidden files and folders. When I used ls, it only showed me these informations, but when I used ls space minus a, shows all the files and folders within the current directory, including the hidden files and directories. Now if I'm going to use ls space minus lh and then hit enter, it shows me that I have got the directories and the files with human readable sizes, right? So it's going to show me in human readable sizes. It could be in kilobytes or in megabytes. So this is how you can verify the files and folders within your current directory using ls and the options that are available with ls command. Now, one more important command, which is known as cd. Now cd is used for changing the directories. As of now, if I'm going to run present working directory, I'm in the solved by Dave's user home directory. But if I wanted to get the access of the downloads directory, I can do change directory cd downloads and then hit enter. And now you are in the downloads folder or directory. If you wanted to verify, you can use the command pwd and then hit enter. It shows you the full path, the root directory. Within the root directory, we have got the home directory. Within the home directory, we have got the user home directory. Within the user home directory, we are currently in our downloads directory. But if you wanted to get back to the solves by Dave home directory, what you can do is cd space dot dot and then hit enter. Now changing directory, so that means it actually exits out from the current directory. So if I'm going to do again present working directory, now I'm in solved by Dave's home directory. Before I was in the downloads directory. So this is how you can change the directory. If you wanted to switch back to the whole new path, you can do that as well. What I mean to say is maybe there is another path, not the home directory. This is the relative path. Relative path means I'm changing the directory within the same path. What I mean by that is /home /solved by Dave /downloads. That's the relative path. But what if I wanted to change the path to something different, absolute path? So it could be cd/etc and then hit enter. Now I'm changing to different path, which is again the etc directory is in the root directory, right? And then if I'm going to do pwd, it shows me that I'm in different path. I'm not in the home directory. So I actually exited from the home directory and now I'm in new path. So if you wanted to directly go to the downloads directory, we can type the whole path, which is known as the absolute path, or you can jump directory by directory. What I mean to say is if I'm going to do change directory /home and then solved by Dave's and then downloads and then hit enter. Now what I did was I typed the whole path, which is also known as the absolute path, because I know where the downloads folder is or where the downloads directory is. So I can do that if you know the path. But if you don't know the path, what you can do is, let's say cd/ and then hit enter. Now you are in the root directory and do ls to verify, okay, what all folders or files are available for you. You can see home directory, so cd home, hit enter, ls space minus l. Now within the home directory, we have got the solved by Dave. That means we only have got one user created over here in the system. So I can do cd solved by Dave, hit enter. And now if I'm going to do present working directory, now I'm in root home and then solved by Dave and then cd downloads. So this is known as the related path. Related path means you are actually jumping up to those directories one by one relatively, which is again the path is related to that specific directory. But absolute path, that means you're going to type a specific path, the whole path, to get into that specific directory or to see a specific file. Now the last command is going to be the history command. That means what all commands I have typed till now, I can see those commands just by typing history and then hit enter. Now you can see we've got these much commands, 80 commands that we have typed till now. And you can see the history, cd command, the present working directory command, and all this kind of stuff. And if you wanted to repeat those commands, what you can do is either you can just copy and paste it, or what you can do is you can use the number just by defining the exclamation mark in front of the number. So exclamation mark 70 and then hit enter, it runs this specific command. So that's how you can use the history command to see all those commands. And you can use those commands just by putting down the number, but you need to make sure that the exclamation mark is provided before the number has been defined. So this is it in this video. Hope it was informative for you. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.